Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am sorry this is a day later, actually a few weeks late now. No, I'm sorry, I've been under the weather, like off and on. It's like I get better, I get sick, I actually had to go to the doctors and get on antibiotics, but enough about that. I am here today to talk about overeating and binge eating. If you are new to my channel, I usually ramble. I've kind of noticed in my intro, so I'm trying to like get straight to the point, but welcome back, or welcome if you're here for the first time. I do these videos, like I said, I try to do them once a week for Monday Motivation. I've been on my own weight loss journey for a few years. I lost 70 pounds and I just share what's going on over my journey and what's going on with me and weight loss, just suggestions and tips and ideas and just different things weekly to get you motivated as you begin your journey or start again, or get back on track, whatever it is. I have all my social media and my email below if you ever want to talk one-on-one. But like I said, today we're going to be talking about binge eating and overeating. I've struggled with this for as long as I can remember, honestly. Like when I grew up as a kid, I remember my dad and my mom, when I lived with them, most of the time I lived with my grandma. That was like my home base, and then she did get custody of me and my sister when I was young. But in the very early years when I was living with my mom and my dad, they would argue a lot, fight a lot, and it was very scary for me. I remember just food always being very comforting during those times. Like I remember being in the bathroom as a kid with like some sandwich meat. Like I just always have that flashback in memory. And I've always just kind of turned to food emotionally. I've turned to food when I'm, I guess, bored. I don't know. It was like when I was younger, there were so many things that like I didn't know then that I know now. I wasn't like as active, I guess, like on the weekends and going out and doing as much when I did live with my grandmother. Love her. She's like literally my angel. I don't know where I'd be without her, but I do know that it was definitely a different lifestyle living with her. She was not only a single grandmother raising me and my sister, she owned her own business, and we lived in this small town, which is a little bit bigger now, thankfully, Palm Springs, California, but there wasn't that much to do. Like I always found myself being very bored and turning to food, and I still sometimes turn to food and overeat and find myself binge eating. Even though I've been on this weight loss journey, luckily it hasn't like affected me with gaining any weight back. Maybe like fluctuating within a few pounds. I don't do it a lot. I try to be really conscious of it. It's all mental, but I have struggled with it, and I find myself, if I like allow myself to be in a situation where, for example, there's like a full bag of chips or whatever is around, like I'll sit there and I'll begin to binge, and I'll get into that habit because I'm so used to it in my past. That's why I try not to keep those things in my household. Like I try not to keep just bags of big chips. If I do have, things that aren't as healthy, as much as like I try to be healthy, there are things sometimes around the house or around my place that aren't as healthy. So I do try to like portion control that already for myself. So I'm already like putting them in Ziploc bags. Like, no, you don't need to eat more than this. That's a big part of it. Getting those bad, unhealthy things that you are obsessed with out of your house, and also like portion control, and just finding the root of why you binge eat or why you overeat. Like I said, emotionally, that's like a big thing people do because they're stressed, or they just always turn to food for comfort in hard times. Also boredom, and this is a big part of it when you're starting this weight loss journey or a diet. I don't like to call it a diet because that never worked for me, and I can see why. You try to eat healthy and you're neglecting all of these foods that you love so much. And not just that, maybe you're not sticking to like your calorie and fat and like carbs, all that stuff, and take the macros as you should. Even if you don't follow that, obviously when you're dieting, you're at a deficit. That's how you lose weight, usually around 500 calories less than the 2000, so 1500, 1700 sometimes. But when you're taking in less calories, you gotta just make sure you're giving your body the nutrition that it needs, the healthy fats, the protein, the carbs, the healthy carbs, or like the ones that aren't as bad for you, the like brown rice, stuff like that, to fill your body and to feed your body. Your body goes into starvation mode when you don't get that nutrition that you're supposed to get, and especially when you're eating bad and junk food, your body doesn't really know how to react to it. Like it's not getting the nutrition it needs, even though you're maybe overeating and eating a whole bunch of calories, it's still lacking. So it still feels like I need more, I want more. So you really got to figure out, one, why you're overeating and binge eating. I noticed when I first started dieting, I was, you know, eating like less calories and stuff, and I'd find myself being fine throughout the day, but at night I'd be like, oh, I'm so hungry, and I would felt like I was eating like way more, wanting to snack more. So you really just gotta like balance out your day, make sure that even if you are still eating 2,000 calories, like you're just eating like a healthier version of what you would usually eat. You want to keep on track with, you know, not starving yourself or starving your body. You want to listen to your body and just be very aware. Also, like I said, know why you binge eat, and you really want to break those habits by interrupting them. I've seen a lot of videos on this because, like I said, I've struggled with this. So you get into a routine of like every time you sit down to watch a movie or to watch TV at night, maybe you're used to like snacking on chips or popcorn or whatever. You can substitute that for a healthier snack. You can also change it up. When you get that feeling of sitting down, okay, I want to eat on something, maybe stand up and do some jumping jacks. I know it sounds stupid, but you want to interrupt that thought process of every time you sit down, you want to eat. Like I felt like that a lot. Like every time I'd sit down to chill, watch a movie or something, I would just want to snack. Or when I'm bored, I want to snack. You got to keep yourself busy. Like sometimes we'll put on the TV and I'll start to feel like I want to snack even though I just ate. I know that I'm not hungry. So I'll get up and I'll start like cleaning stuff around the living room. Like the TV will be on, we're watching TV, but I'll get up and I will like dust down the TV console and, you know, wipe down just like the living room furniture. And my babe's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just feel like cleaning up. You know, binge eating is something that's very hard to talk about. I don't even think that I've really talked about this with my boyfriend. Like he knows, obviously I've been on my weight loss journey, but it's weird. It's like something like you're so embarrassed of not being able to control that urge or eating. So it's hard, but you just gotta figure out what it is and what your triggers are and basically create new, healthier habits. You want to, instead of thinking of those foods to comfort you that you would usually turn to when you're feeling upset, depressed, stressed, bored, you know, think of, instead of those foods comforting you, think about all the negative things it brings to you, the hate that you feel after you eat those things, how bad you feel, how you feel about yourself, and how that's not helping you reach your goal. You want to associate those foods that you love so much and that you feel like so happy and good when you eat, you want to associate them with bad feelings. Not to say like, I hate pizza, it ruined my life, I'll never eat it again, but you just want to make it like any other food, not something that like does something so amazing for you. You know what I mean? You want to give it that negative kind of feeling so that you don't feel like you want to turn to it in those times of weakness. Also, you want to take healthier foods and look at them in a different way. Not like, oh, something I have to eat on a diet or something I have to eat to lose weight. Think about how you feel. Like after I eat, you know, chips and processed food and stuff, I maybe feel good as I'm eating it. It's like, oh, it tastes so good, but I never feel good after, and not even just like within myself of like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that, but with like how I feel in my body. Like I feel super bloated, I feel tired, my face feels like greasy, I have oily skin as you can tell. I'm in a little highlight, but you know, I got some oily skin. So it's just, think of those things. You wanna just change your whole thought process. It is hard, but you have it in you. Your mind can't make you get up and go to the fridge and binge out. You physically have to get up and do that. You need to tell yourself, like, no. You need to tell yourself, you've had your dinner, I'm full, I don't need to go eat this whole tub of ice cream. You need to be aware, you know what I mean, of like when you're doing it, why you're doing it, how you can change those things. You got to break the patterns, break the cycle. That's the only way that you're going to be able to overcome this. You know, don't look at it so much as a diet, like I said, look at it as a lifestyle change and just change the way you come at it. If you come at something positive, you're gonna get positive back. If you come at it negative, you're gonna get negative back. It's just like when you're driving. If you are running late to work, of course you're gonna hit every red light. And when you do, you're gonna be like, of course this is happening because I'm running late to work. This would never happen if I wasn't. You know, you really gotta change the way of thinking. You gotta put out that positive vibe and really just like be in tune with your body, your emotions, everything that's going on. Take that second to stop, reflect, and make that change. And eventually it'll get easier. and you'll be able to control those cravings and those urges. And a lot of times, like after you implement just healthier like lifestyles and eating and going to the gym and, you know, just creating these different habits, those will become things that you just automatically go to and do versus the, you know, overeating, binge eating, being lazy when it comes to like not wanting to go to the gym. Like as much as like some days I don't want to go to the gym, like I've made it such a routine that like I'll still go. Like I want to have that feeling of how I feel when I leave the gym, and I get more mad that I miss a day now, or like I have to like work a lot during the week. Sometimes like I won't get into the gym as many days as I wanted to, and I'll feel bad about it. So I promise you, you can get here, you can get to this place, you can make these changes in your life. You just gotta be aware of it, and you just gotta realize the triggers and just focus on that, and focus how to create just different patterns and kind of interrupt the things that are normal to you right now. Make them unnormal. Switch it up, and I promise you this will help you stop the binge eating and the overeating. You're really the only one that can change it. Focus on your diet, focus on your health, and make sure you're getting all the nutrition that you need and all the calorie intake, and that you're not starving yourself and putting your body in that mode. Your body then wants to fight you. It feels like you're starving it, and it's, you know, wanting these fatty foods so that it can hold on to that because it's scared of what you're doing to it. You know, you want to train yourself, train your body, train your mind. And I promise that these are all going to be steps that are going to help you in anything in life. You know what I mean? Just be aware of what you're doing and be aware of where you want to be and focus on those goals. I hope that this video did help. I know I was kind of all over the place. I had a lot written down, but I just wanted to sit here and talk from the heart and my experience and share some of my story with you and what I go through. You know, I'm not perfect. I've been on my journey, and I still have my good days and my bad days, but I just try to have way more good days and be way more better and just be so aware of what I'm doing and where I want to be and how I can make those changes and how I can live a better life. And I hope that this video has helped you guys. I hope that if you're not already, you please like and subscribe. I would love to have you on my channel and be a part of this, you know, little community that I've created of us just like being there for each other, motivating each other, and just like having that person to lean on and to be there, because this is like something that's very hard and a scary process at times. Sometimes you feel like it's something you'll never achieve. You know, it can feel very like lonely and that no one understands you, but I totally understand you. I still have my days, like I said. I'm not exactly to where I want to be, but I've come so far, and I just hope that I can help you through my videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys back next week for Monday Motivation.